Hello, welcome back to the channel. My name is Julie, and with the help of my husband Justin, we are both full-time resellers. And if you've never been here before, maybe you've never even watched reselling content, you're just here to get help with your cast iron. We primarily go and buy people's cast-offs and resell them mainly online on eBay and a little bit on Poshmark too. So we were at the bins the other day, and if you're unfamiliar, the bins are Goodwill outlet's final destination for items. It's stuff they either rejected at the store, it went to the store and didn't sell, they just had an overflow at the store, so they sent it directly to the bins, or people can donate directly at our Goodwill outlet bins location. So Justin and I were there, and he pulled an amazing find out of the bins, which is what we're gonna make over today. So let me give you a tour of it. So here she is in all her beauty. It is a Griswold cast iron waffle maker with its stand. Look at this beauty. So Justin found just this piece, brought it over to me. I looked it up, seemed to go for like 180-ish. I was thrilled, but then I noticed some of them had a stand on the bottom. Some of the stands were only like this big, but I was like, I wonder if the stand's around here. So just by chance, Justin had gone out to the car to eat his lunch. He came back in and he was digging through a bin in the front of the store. And all of a sudden I remembered the stand. I had got distracted because someone asked me to watch their cart for them while they went out and ate lunch. So I sent him a text message at the front of the store and said, hey, there's a stand for the waffle maker. What bin did you find it in? So he immediately came to my end, dug through the bins, and that's where he pulled out the base. And it's not just the tiny little base, it's the huge base. But obviously, it's a little rusty. The base is actually worse than the waffle maker. The waffle maker needs seasoned, but it's not nearly as rusty as the base. So today, we're going to bring this back to life. Because at the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how much these are selling for. All right, so we're going to go over my supplies. I have gloves because I'm trying to not kill my nails. Steel wool is what I use. And because there's like this ledge there and I can see the dust and the dirt sitting in it, and because of the intricate handles, I grabbed this wire brush also to help me out with it. Now let me give a disclaimer. I might be doing this totally wrong. You might be like, that's not how you do cast iron. No idea. All I know is I've done it on 2 other Griswold pieces, but both sold for big money, and they turned out beautiful. So I'm going to put those pictures on the screen right now. Obviously, I put a towel down on my quartz countertops because I don't want to hurt them. I could have done this in the laundry room, but the lighting in there for filming isn't as good. At first, I'm just going to see, yeah, there's just like a lot of like dust mixed with rust on the edge of this. So I'm just going to clean this off to start before I even bring in this steel wool. All right, I think I got the loose stuff. Now, time to go to town with the steel wool. We just want to get the surface rust off, and then we will season it to make sure that it does not rust again. I have just a towel here to dry with. Already looking so much better. I mean, it's just the tiniest bit of surface rust. It's not deep. You do not have to scrub forever. You're just trying to remove the top layer, which is the rusty layer. I do not like the way the metal smells when it's being scrubbed. Kind of reminds me of a wet dog. I don't know why. All right, I got another towel here. So I'm just gonna let this sit. I'll dry it a little and we'll see how it looks. And if it looks decent, then it will be ready for the next stage of seasoning. All right, the base is over here drying, getting ready for the next step in seasoning. So now we're going to quickly clean up this. As I said, it doesn't have much rust. It's just kind of dirty. So we're just going to give it a quick once over. Trying to get, there's a bit of rustiness in the grates. All right, time to dry this one off and see how it looks. This one definitely has like more food buildup on it, as where the stand was all just rust. It just adds to the character, in my opinion. I'm not concerned really about the food buildup that's in spots. All right, last side. See, this is where I now that I have removed the surface rust, now it's time to season the pans with oil. So I'm just using vegetable oil. I just put a little in this bowl, and you are just going to generously rub it on the pan. I mean, I don't want it dripping on it, but I want it to have, you know, a nice coating, and try to get it in all the crevices. And then once we do all the pieces, we're going to put it in the oven for 400 degrees. And I think I normally do it an hour. And they say you can put like foil or a pan under it in the oven if you're worried about the oil dripping. I've never really noticed oil dripping when I do it. Maybe I am not as liberal with the oil as some are. All right, I'm just checking over to make sure the whole thing looks shiny. All right, I'm just gonna set this on the grate of the stove so it doesn't wear off. And now I'm gonna repeat the process with both sides of the pan. I'm gonna use a pastry brush to get it in, there we go, the crevices. Now I'm sure you could sell this without seasoning it. Someone's gonna buy it rusty. They're gonna buy it for a lot less. All right, they're all ready to go in the oven. We'll see them in an hour. So while the cast iron is baking, and I do want to say I waited to do this on a day where it was cool enough to open the windows, and we have an old-fashioned attic fan, so I turned that on because it does get a little smelly. And I did not want that to be on a day where the windows were closed and the air conditioning was running. So that's happening upstairs. So I brought you downstairs. Let's go over some sales. We're getting to the end of September. Today's the 25th. 3 months till Christmas. What? First off, I'll put a picture of it, is this awesome quilt. I loved it. I bought it at a church sale. Look at the ends. They have like the triangular, I forget, I think it's in the title what it's called. But it was handmade. I mean, it wasn't the most amazing quality. It was dated 1972 in the middle. I paid only $2 for it. It sold for $85, and it went to the United Kingdom. Up next, for these wrestling shoes, we got them all the way back in May when we went to West Virginia for our 25th wedding anniversary. Vintage wrestling shoes always do really well for us, and even some modern ones. Just look up the style. They normally have a style code on them, but we paid $2.99 for these, and they sold for $95, so that was a great flip. Up next are these Krell Christmas dishes. This is a 20-piece set, so 4 5-piece place settings. I bought 4 of these sets, so 16 place settings total of these dishes for $35 at a church sale. But we did pay $10 a piece to get into the sale. We bought a lot of stuff, but since that was like the main big thing I bought, I put all the cost of goods from walking in the door to that. So we'll say I paid $55 for the dishes. So I sold the first 20-piece set for $71.99. So my cost of goods was a little over $13, and I still have 4 more sets to go. Christmas dishes are definitely selling. This sale just happened yesterday. Justin loves finding vintage York dumbbells. That was actually how he got started selling weights, is he bought a whole lot of them, you know, from like the 50-pound dumbbells all the way down to like the 1-pound dumbbells. But he got a lot of them the other day, and they've been selling really fast. And the 12 pounds are definitely the rarest of them because, you know, 12-pound weights are kind of an odd measurement. So he paid 30 cents a pound for them. So whatever 24 pounds times 30 cents is, you do the math. And they sold for $200. This was a fun sale. Always love when you can make a decent amount of money off of a plush. I had heard that Squishmallow plush cows were kind of like a bolo. And this one was their fuzzy lined. I found it at the bins. It still had the tag like attached to the ear. We paid $2.76 for it by weight because it was a 16-inch one, and it sold very quickly for $40. This is just a little parted out tip. So we were at the bins and I found the Lionel like 100th anniversary clock. My dad actually owned one years ago. So it's just like the little clock where the train drives around it. And we looked it up and the clock was only selling for like $15. And so it was in the box and everything. And I went to put it back and all of a sudden it hit me. Look up the little replacement train on it. I sold the little train, which you'll see in the picture there, for $19.99. Sometimes you can make more money selling the parts on things than you can selling the thing in its entirety, because it only cost it was like $3.90 some cents to ship the little train, but it's going to probably cost like $10 to $12, depending where it's going, to ship the whole clock. This cute Mickey Mouse Christmas snowman bank sold over the weekend. Christmas is really starting to sell. This was picked up at the same sale where I got the Krell Christmas dishes. I paid only $2 for it, and it sold for $36.54. Oh my gosh, guys, Ariat jeans. Specifically the fire resistant Ariat jeans. Justin went to a garage sale and he sent me a message saying they have tons of Ariat fire resistant jeans, and we have sold them before in the past. And he said, but they want $10 a pair. And I know they sell, depending on condition, anywhere from $30 to like $45. So I was like, well, look through it, see maybe if you buy a bunch you can get a better price on them. He said a lot were stained, which that doesn't necessarily deter, but because she wanted more money for it, I didn't want to buy that stained one. So we ended up buying 5 pairs for $30. Plus she threw in a pair of cool shorts, the brand KUHL, not saying that they're cool shorts, and a very nice Hot Topic like sweatshirt. So we got all of that for $30. Those 4 pairs of pants sold so fast. Each pair, I think, made like at least a $28 profit. Did I say he bought 4? He bought 5. I'm not sure what I said. Yeah, 5? I don't know if I said 4 or 5. I could rewind, I guess. All right, so I said 4, but I meant 5. More or less, all of them have sold. He has made an amazing profit on the 5 pairs, and I just listed the shorts and the sweatshirt, so more money will come in. Then the next day we go to the bins. Those were all size 36, I think, and 38. And then I found like 4 pairs of size 40 Ariat fire resistant jeans at the bins. And I think I've sold 2 pairs of those so far. And at the bins, I only paid like $3 a pair for them. So very exciting, and definitely be on the lookout for those jeans. And the last thing I'll talk about is this gorgeous slip. Look at the color yellow on it. It was in pristine condition. I paid $1.99 for it at a Salvation Army. I actually have a pink one too, but the strap had come unsewn and the person sewed it back and they sewed it on backwards. So I've got to rip the stitches out and fix it. So I haven't done it yet. But when I just saw this slip, I was like, I have to have it. What's the brand on it? Oh, it was Vassarette. They were all different brands, but there was a couple different. I have a white one too listed that's gorgeous. It sold really quickly for $25.50. Soon the timer will go off for the cast iron. Timer just went off. They look gorgeous. I'm gonna just bring them out and let them cool. And once they're cool, we'll do the official reveal. All right, it's been a while, so let me do my reveal. This is the stand. Look how nice it looks. You can actually read the lettering now. You might not be able to on camera. My lighting is not very good because I have a window next to me. And then here are the 2 waffle parts. Let me put them back together again. And oops, I'm doing it backwards. Let's try that again. And we'll put them in their stand. And here they are, looking so much nicer. All right, let's talk about price. I've done research, and you can sell the pieces separately. I might possibly have get more if you sell it separately, but I hate to separate the two of them. The last one of this is a number 7 with, I don't know if it was, I think it was the tall stand. It was a really nice condition, sold for $350. I think I'm gonna list this maybe for like $329.99 and then put offers on for anything like above maybe like $275 and see what happens. Obviously, I'll keep you informed to how it sells. Oh, I guess I should talk about the price. We paid $6.99, as in $6.99. So, you know, I will be thrilled with a couple $100 profit on this, obviously. All right, so to review, clean off the rust with just like a Brillo pad, dry it, oil it, put it in a 400-degree oven for about an hour, and voila, your cast iron has been reseasoned. All right, I appreciate you taking the time to watch. If you're new here and you like this kind of content, feel free to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.